Okay, I wanted to give you a quick rundown of the curriculum professional development. Again, your task here is to create an in-service presentation to a targeted audience on something or anything about curriculum that we've covered in the first 9 weeks, or that you think that we've overlooked and you'd like to do some more research in. This presentation, you will discuss both the theory behind your topic of choice, both your theoretical implications and your practical implications as it relates to uh, any of the stakeholders or all of the stakeholders in the educational process. You're talking about students, teachers, administrators, community members, and leadership uh, members. Um, in this presentation, in this assignment, you're going to be creating 3 different projects, maybe up to 4, depending on the cohesion between each product. The first one is a presentation. Again, you can choose the format. So you used Prezi before. You could use Google Slides. You could use PowerPoint, as long as you have a hosting website for that, or you would have to print it out in PDF format, which is fine. You can submit your presentation either through a link or through PDF. Your presentation should include all of the activities, should outline the 2-hour workshop, should have all your theoretical implications, your practical implications, and it should be geared towards your audience. And also, your presentation should include activities that are geared towards teaching for understanding. Again, that's an application of what we're talking about this 9 weeks, and what not only teaching for understanding, but also appealing. These activities in the workshop should appeal to a varied learning styles of our students. You should include in your presentation, either in your presentation or as a separate part of your presentation or workshop, is your agenda. Your agenda must include a very detailed 2-hour agenda for your participants and activities that would make the learning time more meaningful. Ensure that the agenda is extremely detailed so it accounts for just about every minute of the session. I'll skip to number 4 right here. I'll go ahead and use the tools here. We'll come back to number 3. We'll go right to number 4 here. And that's the audience sheet. The audience sheet is another document that's going to answer these 5 questions. Who is your targeted audience? So when you're in consideration of who you might be gearing this workshop presentation towards, this 2-hour workshop, who are they? Second question is what need is being filled with this workshop? And so this could be something that is in your own work experience, or could deal with some of those larger issues like learning gaps, gender differentiations, some of those things that we kind of talked about in other discussions, and even in your argumentative essay. So these could be, again, manufactured if you needed to be. Then I'd like you to think about the specific strategies you would use to in your workshop activities that would appeal to different learning styles of your audience, and also the teaching for understanding. So we're kind of putting 2 elements in there. The other question is what activities or requirements will the audience do after the presentation? So what I found out as a professional educator is that a lot of in-services, it's just a sit and get kind of thing. And I don't want you to create that. What I want you to do is have them to sit, experience, and then put into practice. And that's what this last question, this question D, asked you to consider. How are they going to report out to their bosses or their administration, or even to you? How will you hold your audience accountable for the information that they're delivering and you're delivering and they're practicing? And then finally, any resources within the presentation should be listed here on a reference sheet. Also, looking at the APA guidelines as best you can. I'm not going to, be a stickler for that, but you can see the point breakdown. The presentation is 40 points. The agenda is 20 points. The audience sheet is 20 points, and then the APA guidelines is 10. So we're looking at it's 80, 90. Actually, The audience sheet should be 30, so I'll make those adjustments. Um, yeah, that would do it. You won't get any extra points for handouts or resources that you're going to provide me. This is number 3, because I want you to only do that if you feel like the agenda, the audience sheet, and the presentation doesn't quite articulate or clarify or provide a full cohesion of your full workshop. If you think you need those handouts, those resources to clarify or fill in those gaps, please include those too. But those are not mandatory, and those will not be assessed. Again, so presentation 30, agenda 20, audience sheet is going to be 30. I'll make those corrections, and then grammatical errors and APAs 10 points. Things to consider: this is a large group project. Get rid of this thing here. Um, so it's a large project, so working in a group would be helpful. I do understand from previous experience with this group that some people would like to work individually or would like to work in a smaller group or partners. That's going to be completely up to you. I'm going to give you that choice here, but please consider that if you're working alone, this is a lot of work. Okay. Broken the rubric down, you can see that the criteria, curricular content, logical progression, discussed theoretical implications, practical implications, all those relate to your workshop presentation. That's the actual presentation itself. Then we look at the agenda. Again, that's 20 points. So you've got 40 points here, 20 points here. And then the audience sheet, which is content, is going to be times 3. And then 10 points down here. So I think that all works out besides a little mistake there. So again, I'm not going to tie you down with specific curriculum ideas, specific audiences. What I want you to do is to tailor this activity to your own learning and your own experiences and your own growth opportunities. So again, if you have any questions, concerns, problems, or issues, please email me those before they become larger questions, problems, issues. Okay? Thank you very much, and we'll see you online.